Have you ever been caught in a circumstance of a door slamming in your face, just to realize later on that it was precisely what you wanted? Today, we're going to explore the literal art of turning rejection into opportunity, as inspired by Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Imagine a world where each no is not a hindrance, but a catalyst that propels you forward. Rejection, a word that hurts a lot, can be the bedrock of your biggest wins. This is not some ruse to trick chance, but a realization that life's no can in fact mean not yet, or there is something better waiting for you. Are you feeling overlooked, neglected, or undervalued? That story is now in need of a rewrite. This video breaks down 13 powerful lessons that will help you leverage rejection as an advantage. These aren't just abstract concepts, but concrete strategies you can apply in your life right away. Before we get started, let's share this wisdom as far and wide as we can. Hit like and tap the notification bell. It tells YouTube that these kind of stories, and our telling of them, matter to you. Join me on this exciting evolution journey. Do you want to make your biggest failures your greatest success? If you're being rejected, or even if you're being looked over, don't shrink away. Rise above it. Indifference towards those who ignore you isn't pettiness. It's a message about your own value. Look at it this way. If someone decides you're not worth their time, that's their loss, not yours. By opting out, you're communicating that you not only know your value, you're willing to wait for it. It's like shining a mirror in their face, giving their actions back to them while showing your unaffected strength. But how does one do that without getting into the resentful trap? The answer is in redirecting your attention to your goals, your health, and your self-improvement. Engage in things that fill your soul. Reading, sports, picking up a new skill, and being around the people who truly love you. It's not revenge or demanding your point be made. It's realizing you need to spend your energy elsewhere. Getting rejected hurt, but you can turn that pain into the fuel you need to grow. Be unyielding. Have some self-respect, and let their opposite energies bounce off of you. You're not only pushing through rejection, you're flourishing in its wake. Not only does this approach speak to your emotional maturity, but it is also a mark of your resilience. Just because someone endures until the bitter end and fails to see your worth doesn't lessen your worth, not in the least. Be yourself and let your actions speak of the value they may have missed. Lesson 2. Control your emotional reactions. Being rejected can trigger powerful feelings that may lead you to react immediately. But the secret to dealing with these situations is controlling your emotions. Stoicism, this ageless philosophy, provides a guide for how to process rejection calmly and thoughtfully. When someone ignores or discounts us, we feel frustration or sadness. But Stoicism teaches us to act calmly and deliberately. This doesn't mean burying how you feel. It means not letting your emotions dictate your actions. When the rejection comes, breathe and think. Ask yourself, why is this touching me so deeply? Much of the pain comes from our insecurities, not the rejection. Here's how you would implement this. When you experience a moment of feeling dismissed, pause and remind yourself that this single moment is not who you are. You are just passing through. This moment is only a fluke in your journey. In Stoicism, the focus is on what you can control: your responses, your actions, your mindset. Even if you choose to reach out, take rejection as an opportunity to respond with kindness and grace. Do that without expectations, for the sake of some authenticism. It's not about being milksopish, though, but controlling your emotions and showing inner fortitude. This is how you train yourself to think more of self-belief than external validation. Lesson 3. Detachment as a tool for transformation. This is the most powerful way to transform your experience when rejection enters your life, to learn the art of detachment. Detachment here doesn't mean not feeling hurt by rejection, but using it to grow and discover yourself. The first step is to embrace the pain. Give yourself permission to feel it without judgment, but don't let it get you too heavy. Instead, use it to propel you forward. Consider rejection not to be a blockade, but rather a direction pointing you toward new opportunities. Do things that get you excited about life. Read an inspiring book, tackle an unfamiliar sport, serve a mission that broadens your perspective. These aren't just distractions. They're building blocks toward a stronger and more full version of yourself. When you're around positivity, positivity will surround you. Surround yourself with positive people who uplift and inspire you. Tell them your dreams and hear theirs. Such relationships help us grow and encourage others in turn. Keep in mind that rejection is not a reflection of your value. It is a time for you to rediscover yourself. What seems like an obstacle today might very well be the necessary stumbling block that moves you forward on an easier road. Lesson 4. Prove your strength with action. The rejection has nothing to do with your talents. It's a litmus of your tenacity. When you let it make you feel smaller, let it be your excuse to shine brighter. If your boss overlooks you for a promotion or you're passed over in a meeting, try not to lash out. Take a step back, see what is going on, and use that fire within for the good. For example, work on an initiative that showcases your strengths, or sign up for a new role that allows you to show what you're capable of. When one door closes, another one opens, is more than just an aphorism. It's an action. Because rejection usually leads us away from what doesn't serve what we're best at and the things we truly love doing. Use this moment as a point of reflection. What are my individual strengths? How do I steer it into a new opportunity? This isn't about covering up disappointment with false optimism. This is about letting in the full brunt of human feeling and using that to propel yourself forward. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the realm of the possible, our actions and reactions. Empathize with other people and yourself when rejected. Maybe the one who ignored you is going through their own stuff. So instead of full-on deafness, take it easy about these moments. Every no is an opportunity to expand and evolve, and soon you will become more resilient and confident. Lesson 5. Step away and be silent. Silence is more than just the opposite of words, and when it comes to rejection, it's the loudest statement of strength. It's like if you were ignored or dismissed. Your natural instinct would be to stand up for yourself, to confront the situation, or at least to get some kind of closure. So instead of watching, we need to change the script and celebrate the gift of silence. This isn't a game of manipulation or strategy. It's seeking to restore your emotional balance. When you refuse to react or pursue someone's order, you free up space for yourself. This pause is not for them, it's for you. It gives you a chance to reflect, recalibrate, and remember that your value isn't determined by their approval. View silence as a conscious reset, an opportunity to center on your passions, ambitions, and health. But don't confuse this silence with passivity. It's a conscious, calculated decision to protect your peace of mind. Communicating through silence sets a powerful boundary. I love myself enough to not have to plead for attention or for validation. In a society governed by prompt replies, deciding to stay silent can feel interesting and, at least to me, powerful. It displays you are centered, unshaken, and focused on your own journey. This approach is not to get somebody to feel sorry for what they did. It's about determination, clarity, and getting prepared for fresh starts. Through silence, you make the point about your personal growth instead of their rejection. It is both a small and quite profound act of self-respect. Lesson 6. Prove yourself. To yourself. The real mastery of rejection isn't about paying back the people who doubted you. It's about proving to yourself what you can really accomplish. Cherish rejection. It can be the stimulus to do better than you think you can. Imagine someone questioning your talents or your skills. Take that as motivation to improve and to rise to higher heights. Not to satisfy their approval, but to surpass yourself. Get lost in the study, practice tirelessly, and turn your skills into something you never dreamed you could do. The point of this journey of self-betterment is not to put on a big show for everyone else. Instead, allow your results to do the talking. If someone puts a label on you, like unskilled or uncreative, and rather than believing them, use that energy toward refining a skill or winning a project that makes you shine. This quiet pursuit of excellence isn't with anyone else's perception, but rather yours, and how you carry yourself. By investing in your growth, you're not only surprising the ones who look down upon you, you're redefining your perception of what you are capable of doing. This journey ends with recognizing your own self and building confidence from within, with the knowledge that your worth isn't based on others' opinions. You owe yourself the strongest validation. Lesson number 7. Enjoy yourself and take adventures. Dealing with rejection is part of being human, though, and while the instinct may be to retreat or wallow in the negative right now, you need this reminder. That's not the answer, and it's certainly not the way forward. But one of the best ways to combat rejection is to intentionally find joy. This isn't about stifling your feelings, it's about redirecting them into positive experiences that elevate and energize you. Try something new. Pick up a hobby, try something you've been curious about for a while, or go back to something you used to enjoy but haven't done in a while. Practicing pleasurable things sends a strong message to yourself. You are not just this moment of rejection, a reminder that life is so open and full of things to offer. Links to others are also critically important. Hang out with friends, join group activities, or do a community event. Shared experiences help you feel a sense of belonging and remind you of your worth. Each laugh, each conversation reminds you of the excitement that comes from being part of something larger than you and the rejection you encountered. Get out of your comfort zone. Visit a new neighborhood, try a cuisine you've never eaten, or sign up for a workshop about a subject you know nothing about. These adventures aren't simply distractions. They're opportunities to grow and renew ourselves. Through these experiences, you'll find that rejection is not the end. Rejection is simply the start to a much better and much more fulfilling journey. Lesson 8. Use your status to get what you want. Imagine walking into a room and just going unnoticed and unseen. This is a good time to approach the issue with a mindset that gives you plenty of time to check all the boxes and do everything you can to be at the forefront. The Stoics say we should turn these moments of rejection into moments of growth and service. This isn't about trying to be popular, it's about being the best you. You may come out to explore your opportunities for self-development, both personally and professionally. Whether that is advancing your career, improving your physical health, or exploring a creative passion, each step you take supports and builds your immediate confidence and sense of self. Tell your story to others, not to gain approval, but to create authentic relationships with people like you. Another way to grow is through community involvement, so volunteer, network, or mentor someone. These actions not only enhance your life, but also enable you to bond with others. Stoicism underscores that developing ourselves and serving the greater good are one and the same endeavor. File this under: building your social status isn't a game of getting people to like you. You're creating a life defined by your values and goals. Every baby step you take builds your inner muscle and proves that rejection is not the measure of you. It's a mark of your greatness that while others may shrink, you emblazon the heavens with your very own stars of hope. Proof that you can overcome and bring others with you. Lesson number 9. Pretend they don't exist. The ultimate power move after being rejected or ignored is to pretend none of it matters. It's not about being petty or spiteful. It's about protecting your peace of mind and reinforcing your separation from outside validation. Instead of expending your energy trying to figure out why this person is ignoring you or why you feel invisible or overlooked, channel that energy into those who value you more. Imagine this: you're at a social event where someone who has been snubbing you is there. Stop pressing for their attention or even interacting with them and redirect your energy to people who enjoy your company. Talk to others, connect, enjoy the company of other people that care about you. This isn't doing it to make a statement to the person ignoring you. It's doing it for you to show you that your value isn't dependent on the behavior of someone else. In situations where interaction with the employee cannot be avoided, stay friendly and professional. Stick to small talk or simply required information, and keep your conversations short and neutral. Avoid going too deep into emotional or personal locale. You draw lines that allow you to keep your mental sanity and show them that their apathy does not affect you. But what if their contempt remains unchanged? It may be time to start practicing the art of walking away, not in defeat, but as an act of self-respect. Leaving a situation doesn't equate to failure. It signals that you've realized your time and energy would be better invested elsewhere. You're opting to invest in relationships and opportunities that satisfy you, rather than trying to change the behavior of someone who doesn't appreciate you. When someone who rejects you doesn't exist, it's not that they're invisible, it's that they're no longer part of your emotional landscape. You are owning your own story and putting your happiness above their actions. By doing this, not only do you shield yourself from unnecessary stress, but you also harden your sense of self-reliance and inner peace. By no longer responding to their indifference, you bring the focus back to yourself, where it rightfully belongs. Lesson 10. Utilize the power of silence. Silence is not merely a lack of words, it is a conscious decision that shows strength and self-respect. The temptation to ask for elaboration or an explanation when you are dismissed can feel like a powerful need. Instead, try the response of silence, not as a tactic to upend, but as a strategy to regain your power. Not reacting gives you the time and space to think and reorganize. This silence isn't passive, it's a conscious choice to hold space for what's important to you. Use this time to ask yourself questions like, why does this rejection make me feel bad? Or what can this teach me? Additionally, being on your own can create space to reflect on your feelings and motivations that have been lost stuck in the busyness of life. Silence also conveys a message, albeit more subtly, that you aren't relying on external validation to prop up your sense of confidence. In a society that typically demands immediate responses, your commitment to silence holds great meaning. It shows emotional maturity, resilience, and a recognition that your worth is not contingent on someone else's actions. It's not about punishing the other person. It's about conserving your energy. It's a deliberate limit that frees you to focus on your own development as opposed to squandering energy on useless battle. In the end, silence carries power when it allows you to hone in on what matters most: your path, your ambition, your joy. Lesson 11. Stop begging for attention. The urge to want them to notice you when they avoid you can be strong. But chasing attention is a losing game. It chips away at your value and cedes your power to someone else. Instead of attempting to win their approval, you can use Stoicism to root yourself in your own value. Simply put, you should care little about what other people think or praise you for. Your self-worth should be rooted in yourself. The reality is that when you plead for attention, you also communicate that your sense of value is dependent upon their validation. Instead, double down on your independence. Pursue your interests, hobbies, and aspirations passionately. Whether that's working towards a creative project, building your career, or spending more time with people who treat you right. Devote your energy to what ignites joy and energy in you. When you engage with the pursuits you care about, you become a confident, resourceful person by default. It's not about showing the world how cool you are so they pay attention. It's about truly creating a life that thrills and fulfills you. The moment you stop looking for validation, stop wearing that suit of approval, you often find that your strength actually attracts people. Stoicism teaches us that our strongest source of confidence must come from ourselves. When you focus on your own development, you are moving the focus away from seeking someone's attention over and over, and instead focusing on being the ideal person you can be. This shift is transformative. It's not about rejection, but how to rise above it. Your value is non-negotiable, and it absolutely isn't an ascription someone else grants you or withholds from you. Lesson 12. Be nice, just do not get too attached. Even when the response is indifference, respond with kindness, but limit your own emotional boundaries. That balance is not about being cold or distant. It's about respecting yourself while still extending your grace to others. We feel hurt or frustrated when someone ignores us, but Stoicism invites us to respond to these moments with composure and compassion. A simple smile, polite greeting, or warm wish for their well-being can take you far. But it's crucial to extend this kindness without strings attached. So kindness, as long as it's genuine, isn't transactional. It's an expression of who you are. By responding with warmth, you're not only preserving your integrity, but also showing that their coldness does not have to inform or ruin your response. Simultaneously, emotional disengagement is paramount. You can only control your own actions, not how others respond to those actions. Keeping emotional distance isn't about shutting people out. It's about appreciating the fact that your peace of mind is not dependent on how they act. It's a line you draw to safeguard your interior space from undue angst. This strategy isn't just evidence of emotional maturity, it's empowering. And by opting for kindness without getting too attached to the outcome, you take back control of your emotional experience. You're saying, I can hold compassion, but I won't allow your goings-on to disturb my peace. Stoicism places a premium on this balance as a pillar of resilience, kind but not swayed, friendly but rooted in your own dignity. Lesson 13. Struggle in secret. During hard times, it is only natural to reach out about struggles in order to receive sympathy, validation, or maybe even both, especially when dealing with rejection. But Stoicism suggests another way, one that emphasizes stoic fortitude over outward vulnerability. This is not about suppressing feelings. It is about managing in a manner which preserves your self-respect and sends you out empowered. Suppressing your weakness helps you become stronger within, not to deny your emotions, but to step back and process them alone and carefully. Sit with yourself and think about what you're feeling and why, and give yourself time to let it grow. going about your life as if nothing's changed, pursuing your goals, doing the things you enjoy, keeping in touch with the people you know, sends the message that rejection hasn't rattled your bones. This is not a performance for others. This is a declaration to yourself. It reads, "I am stronger than this moment, and I will not let it define me." Having grace in the face of rejection doesn't mean you don't feel shit about it. It means that the you will process your emotions with grace. Such quiet resilience is a hallmark of Stoic philosophy, which teaches that our true strength lies elsewhere vis-à-vis the crisis, in our ability to navigate through hardship while losing none of our sense of self. When you keep your struggles private, you are not cancelling your humanity. You are honoring it with wisdom and integrity and unassailable confidence. Conclusion: rejection in the service of growth. We've covered 13 powerful lessons for using rejection to rise to the next level of your journey toward success. Every no you meet can teach you about your strength, draw out your self-awareness, and lead you to something bigger than yourself. As Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics remind us, our power lies less in controlling what others do and more in how we act, what we think, how we respond. Applying what you've learned to your daily life is now up to you. Rejection should be viewed in a positive light, not as a stop sign, but as a detour, a chance to grow, develop, and find the real you. If you have had similar experiences, good or bad, please share them in the comments. Let's keep building this community of strength, understanding, and Stoic resilience. If you have made it to the end of this session, type in the comments, "Strength in adversity," to show that you are ready to use the challenges life throws your way as opportunities. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell as we embark on this wisdom and transformative journey together. And together, we can use life's rejections to empower and grow. Here's to perfecting impeccable Stoic resilience, converting ever no into a loud yes for yourself.